I mean,
So-
it's pretty rare when someone comes in here, makes 3 wishes,
And gets
gets 4.
no, this thing is really good.
Nice work.
No, thank you.
Oh, you look, you just want to hit the driver
I just
again.
want to hit another drive. It's that good. I gotta hit it. It's that good. I gotta hit another. It was like we talked about. It's not expecting, not knowing, how it's going to be better.
Yeah. Like if you had 3 wishes about your driver, what would they be? Genie, whatever you want.
I mean, I'm getting older.
Okay.
I'm, the gray here probably isn't fooling anybody, but I mean, of course, would love to hit it a little further,
Okay.
as always.
Yeah.
But I want to keep the dispersion tight.
Okay.
Like that's the big thing. And then anything that helps take a little bit away of the left,
Okay.
that's like my thing. When it gets bad, it hooks. I mean, a lot of it's me. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah.
But I mean, taking away a little left, but I'd love to see a couple more yards just
Yeah.
because the swing speed's slowing down. I'm over 40, so things are not as fast as they used to
Sure.
be, and a few more yards wouldn't hurt.
Well, I'm excited to show you GT.
Yeah.
All right, but first let's get some baselines with your TSR.
That's all me, but that's the shot that's scary.
Okay. Nice.
There it is. That's if I could hit that all day and hit it a few yards farther, I'd be pretty happy.
Okay. Acceptable, but that's the miss too, right?
Yep, that one gets me in trouble.
I expected that one to happen, right? So
Oh yeah, you're good.
if golfers hit 3 left, right, they're
you're
going to have a
going right.
miss, right? So I always joke, I'll say, if you have a low left miss, I know you have a high right miss.
Yep. Oh, it's coming.
The goal of today would be how do we reduce the left one?
Yep.
Because then it's going to reduce that one,
Yeah.
right? Come take a look at these numbers. And what I noticed right off the bat, right, I think spin, right? Everyone talks about driver spin.
Yep.
What's the sweet spot, right? For me, I look at land angle first.
Yep.
Right? Because
Okay.
land angle, I think, is underutilized in driver fitting. We talk about land angle a lot in every other fitting in our process, right? The irons, the 3Ds, right? But no one ever talks about it in driver.
Yeah.
Land angle, by definition, right? It's a combination of ball speed, launch, and spin. So I can look at your land angle and know how your ball speed, launch, and spin work together. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
So, your high right one is 35, your really good one is 34.
That's not that huge, big of a difference.
Is it? No, but I mean, like
1 degree.
tour players look for closer to 39,
Okay.
right? Their high right one should be 42.
Gotcha.
Their low left one should be 35, 33,
Yep.
right? All your low ones are 25, 26, 17. So that tells me that your ball speed, launch, and spin aren't working together.
Gotcha.
Right? I don't think your driver has enough spin,
Yeah.
right?
Which is true. I mean, I'm not a high spin player.
You're not.
That's why I like the Pro V1X.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
so
Yeah, and part of that's golf swing, right? You're from the inside, you're
Yep.
up on it, so you're doing all these things to reduce spin.
Yep.
But I think I need to give you more, because if I gave you more spin on these misses, the ball's going to stay in the air longer,
yeah.
right? And then it's going to reduce this miss,
Gotcha.
because you're not going to be trying to fight off the hook.
Yep.
Right? Your whole swing, it looks like all you're trying to do is fight off the hook.
Pretty much.
Or like, I have to keep it simple. It's like all you're trying to do is add spin. Your swing is like, I need to add spin, so you're trying to get underneath and up on it, right?
Yeah.
To add launch and spin. But your good one is close. 2014, 33, right?
Yep.
But I'm excited to show you GT.
Yeah.
All right.
As well.
Have you seen it in person?
I have not. I've only seen it in the photos. Unfortunately, Greg's photos.
I'm trying to get a sound to make when I open this. And you're like, oh.
Little. I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a little more sleek than the photos make it look. The photos made it look like the bottom was a little more textured. Overall, I mean, the shape's really familiar. It's super clean as you'd expect. And yeah, I mean, it's classic Titleist with still being kind of new and fresh.
Yeah, and faster. The big thing, the difference between the new 2 and the old 2, right? It's really this shape right here.
Okay.
So you can just see how it's a little more streamlined.
Yep.
Right, so we worked really hard on aero here to get the driver faster through the air.
Gotcha.
Right? Won't tell you quite what's underneath it yet.
Yet.
Let's hit it.
But
One at a time.
it almost looks more compact when you set it down. compared to the TSR, it almost looks a hair smaller. Oh, that was,
All right.
I tell you what, for a miss though,
It's all right.
that was low heel. That was killed. That was hit really well. The sound's kind of a little bit more muted.
Yeah.
It feels good too. Like the face almost feels softer. Like you can really feel, like that one hitting the center, you can really feel the ball compress and jump off the face.
You love that. Nice work. So ball speed really hasn't changed on all those strikes. Heel, center, your
Really, that first one was
147.2.
horrible.
I know, right?
That first one was so low heel. Are you
Try that,
serious? Wow.
So that's the miss I was talking about,
Yeah.
right? With your driver, I just think it didn't have
That
enough
was-
spin, so it was diving
Yeah,
left.
It would have went way further
right?
left.
And that's your fastest ball speed. So when I see that low left miss where the spin stays close to 2000,
That's
and I know we're
pretty big.
talking something there.
Yeah.
That was 1991, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, the first two misses were, I mean, actually, I mean, they're playable. Where like you said before, the first two misses, I mean, were pretty far left.
I mean, because your left miss, Brian, had 1300 spin on it.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Just had no chance, no drag, no lift to keep it in the air. I swear.
Yep.
I welcome that one
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that.
because it's a little high and right, but it doesn't have that 3600 peak that yours
No.
had, right?
There it is.
Nice work.
I mean, that's a shot. Like, that's what I want right there. 152
ball speed.
I mean, that's if I can get it back into the 150s, like I'm doing well. Because
So-
I mean, that is the thing. As I've gotten older, I mean, I've slowed down, and that was just hit really well.
This is TSR.
Yeah, look at the. I mean,
Right.
just look at the dip. I mean, look at the oval shift.
When I
That's
see
crazy.
this oval, I know that your driver doesn't have enough spin on it.
Yeah.
Because that's low left, no spin. That's high right.
Yeah.
Right? If this is your new low left one, I mean, what are we talking here,
yeah.
right? Look at the ball speed. You walked in at 145.
And
You're
they're
walking
4
out
miles an hour.
You're
Yeah.
walking out 149.6.
4 miles an hour faster, and literally nothing. I mean, it's not like I'm swinging. I mean, that's pretty cool. Crazy.
It's more the windows too we're talking about, right? Like your ball speed, your low was 140, your high was 149.
Yeah.
So you have this huge variance of ball speed, right? And now with GT, your low is 147.9.
Yeah.
I'm rounding that up to 148, and your high is 152.
And that 148, the first one, I mean, that was hit
That was your
low
miss.
heel. I mean, that was not hit well. I'm shocked that that ball has as much speed
Yeah.
as it did, because it shouldn't have.
So what we've been seeing with GT is like the spin gets really consistent, the ball speed gets really consistent, and now look at your land angle.
Yeah.
You're 35 average. Look, I know you hit TSR further than this on the course when you hit it really good,
But-
the misses are killing you.
Yeah. Well,
right?
that's exactly right.
Because your good one is 239 to 267, but then you can hit one 193 to 233.
Yeah.
And you kept blaming your golf swing.
Well,
You kept saying, my golf swing, I'm getting old, like I'm not turning,
Yeah.
right? But if we give you a better setup and a better driver,
we can reduce some of that.
exactly.
Yeah. Like,
Good.
like I said, it's definitely a little more muted,
Yeah.
but you definitely can feel that thing compress.
How's
And it
shot
does,
feel?
like, it almost does look a little bit smaller to my
Does it?
eye. I don't know why.
like
It
that.
feels like it looks just a hair. Like I feel like almost like I'm hitting TSR3.
It's just a better shape, right?
Yeah.
More aero shape. I mean, talk about club head speed too. Your club head speed's gone up a mile per hour, 2 miles an hour,
Wow.
right? And that's
Really?
just with the shape.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to
know?
say, swing wise, I mean,
Faster
I've got
through
what
the
I've
air
got.
means faster off the face.
That was a little toey.
Love that.
And that's still good. I mean,
yeah.
that's a little toey and still hit really well.
How's shot feel?
Good.
It's a little different,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I've typically liked kind of the stiffer handle section stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, anything mid to mid-high launching, I'm a fan of.
You need spin,
Yeah.
right? I'm cheating spin as much as I can get with you,
Yep.
right?
I agree. And like I said, I have no problem with hitting it high. I like hitting it high.
Good.
That was terrible. And
That's why
still-
I'm saying that's good because that's your new bad.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And that's
And-
on the golf course. I'm excited to see that one.
Yeah, that's actually like that was a
Yeah.
terrible swing.
But
So,
it's in the fairway and it's still finishing at 243. It's because it has this almost 1848 of spin on it.
Yeah.
When before your low left one, I actually deleted the worst one, but it was
Yeah, that was super low.
It was like
Yeah.
1,300, right? I swear.
But yeah, I mean, look at, I mean, even like, we compare even really bad to really bad, and that's 201 to 190,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, even to get 9 yards out of it,
Oh, yeah.
out of a miss, is
Well,
huge.
It's also not as far left.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the ball has drag, it has lift, right? And it's just keeping it on its line.
Yeah, that's really good. No, I mean, I like the shape. It looks really good. I don't mind it.
Yeah,
like
you
that
need
doesn't
it.
scare me.
You need it.
Yeah.
Right? You need all the launch and spin we can create. Nice work.
And honestly, if you were to hand this to somebody and say this is an 11-degree head, you don't see so much loft or so much face that it looks that high lofted. Like I thought this was just a 10.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I didn't look. You just handed it to me, and
Yeah.
and setting that down, I would have went with that's a 10.
So this is GT3.
And like we said, I mean, it's really hard to tell the difference between them,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah,
Because you don't have to sit there and, you know, as much as you want to kind of be tour-esque, like
for sure.
this looks just as good as as a GT2. They look just as good.
Ooh.
Little different sound to it. Wow, that was killed. That little different sound to it, kind
Okay.
of like a little heavier thwack to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so steep. Look at that though. That's still got.
It's in the middle of the fairway.
How does that? Wow.
So you think that's steep when in reality you're actually more up on it.
Oh, was I?
Yeah,
It
'cause-
felt steep because it felt like off the toe, kind of coming down on it.
Yeah. Good job.
That just feels great.
It's just I don't think it's as good as the 2 for you.
No,
the,
it just
the,
feels and sounds really
the
good.
nice thing about 3 this year is if you remember TSR, right? 3 had a speed ring.
Yep.
2 had VFT.
Yep.
Well, what we did is we put VFT and speed ring on all the models.
Oh, okay.
Right, so that's the kind of the sweet little thing is that you have the speed ring, so that really fast on center strike, right? But then you also have VFT there saving the off center strikes on all the models. So what, 3 didn't have it before, now it has it, and then what 2 didn't have, now it has, right?
You know, a couple of those shots, I'm amazed they stayed online.
Now, do you want to know what it's made out of? So it's a thermoform carbon.
Oh, really?
And it doesn't look like it, doesn't sound like it.
No.
Right? So
Really?
yeah. So it's a seamless construction. So it's
Yeah,
actually
but
right
see-
on top. It comes right around here.
I would say you never know.
So with thermo, to get the shape we wanted for Aero, we had to change the top, right? 'Cause
Wow.
to get this shape we wanted.
Yeah.
So we went to this thermoform carbon to give us that aerodynamic package. But by doing that, we saved weight. So then we're able to do split MOI, right? So all of our heads have split MOI construction, which means there's weight forward, which weight forward we love for ball speed, right? But you need stability, right? So now there's weight forward and weight back.
Gotcha.
Which
That's
is
pretty
huge
cool.
for us, yeah. And we still didn't lose the sound, right? It's still, it doesn't sound.
No, it sounds really solid.
But
That's what I mean. I've always liked the sound and feel of this, and I think the 2 and the 3 just a little bit better. I hate to admit it. I mean, poor guy.
it's done, yeah.
He's getting
It's
torn
done.
up. He's getting torn apart here, but
I mean, what I noticed is just your club head speed's gone up with all the models.
oh really?
Yeah. Not a
Not
you,
a huge,
You
but
didn't
I
gain
mean-
10 miles an hour.
No, which I'm not. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's about 1 to 3.
Yeah. And that's the Aero.
Yeah.
So this is GT4. Now we still have the split weight in there.
Okay.
But we've kind of shifted a little bit when TSR4 with the weight split, we called it like a 3.5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I would say this is more like a 2.5,
Really?
which I think will be used more.
Wow.
Right?
That's pretty. That's
So
pretty interesting.
It will actually launch and spin closer to the 2 than the 3.
It looks good. It definitely looks a little bit compact, a little bit more compact.
It's smaller.
But I mean, it's got the same general shape though. When you set it down,
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely know it's a GT series. It's just a little bit shorter front to back.
The nice thing is all 3 models you hit are faster than the one you walked in with.
And that was hit well. Just hit a little left.
It's
and
not enough
honestly,
spin, right? I think consumers, go too much. They go to a shaft to change launch and spin, when in reality the easiest way to add spin is just change the loft.
Yeah.
Right? Shafts help, for sure.
But yeah, the
But
head change can
Just
be the
get
waft.
you there first, and then we can get
Yep.
some shaft.
I
on it.
agree with you. I agree with that. But this thing, again, sound and feel across all three, really good. A little bit more metallic with this.
Yep.
High off the face.
I think that 430 cc though is just
A little high and right.
it's all right. One more, and then we'll go back to what I think is a pretty good setup. Nice.
That was it well. And it just got a little bit more metallic, but man, it sounds
Yeah.
good.
The crazy thing is when we look at it, right, it's closer to the 2 for
Than you
you
would think.
than it is the 3. This is the 4.
Wow.
And that's the
Yeah,
way.
that's not,
That's not that far off.
I would have never thought that.
Now, if this was in an 11 degree,
Then maybe
we might have a chance. Now, of course, we could use SureFit to get it up there,
there.
but that closes the face.
Yeah.
Which you already closed the face.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that face.
Well, like you
open.
said, and the spin numbers you saw, like even with that last one, I mean, 18, you start to
Yeah.
really drop.
Yeah, and that's
a little
just,
bit.
That's the loft.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're looking at it, I mean, even if you look at the two kind of the shots there to there,
Yeah.
it's just a lower spin head, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Shaft still feel good?
Yeah,
I'm sure you have a bunch of these.
I might have one or two. I might have one or two.
I know it's not the first time you've hit it.
I might have one of these. You're right, though. I mean, that's another one of those ones where just smother, like kind of hit it left.
So what do you think the
It's-
ball speed was on that?
I'm gonna go. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna have to guess high now.
What do you
'cause
guess? What do you guess?
but I'm gonna say like 147.
151.3.
No, really? Wow, I would have never thought that. I would have said that was like high 140. There's no way.
And it didn't get spin, but that was 217 to 250.
But I mean, 270 is still 20 yards or 27 yards further than the previous than the TSR2. That same miss.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
There it is.
150.
I mean, that draw, I can play that. I can play that all day. That's a great shot.
So 11 and 2400, right?
Yeah.
On the really the pole. Didn't delete any of these, but what I wanted to keep was just because that's the one you just hit before.
Yeah.
At 151.
I can't believe that was 151 ball speed.
Your ball speed on all these shots 150, 151, 150, 152, 148, 148,
Yeah.
1.4.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you just look at the variance. I mean, 1.6 between good and bad shots.
Right.
Ball speed's only dropping 1.6 mile an hour.
And
And I mean, my gamer, which I really like,
Yeah.
was 3.5.
3.5.
So I mean, just to be able to tighten that up, then when you don't strike it perfect,
Now look at your spin consistency too.
Yeah,
You were
si-
640 with yours, which honestly 640 is not bad,
Yeah.
but it was just too low.
Yeah.
Right. And then now you're 251 in spin consistency, and that's what I've been seeing
yeah,
so much the last few weeks fitting this is like ball speed doesn't change and spin doesn't change.
yeah,
Right. And the problem with your old driver is that you had this low spin 13, 15, 1800 shot,
Yeah.
and then you had this high spin 3600 shot. You only had that big of a variance because of that miss.
Yeah.
Right. You had the low left miss at 1500, and then what do you do as the golfer? Is you try to hit it high, and then that's why it spikes.
yeah.
We reduce the left, we reduce the right, we make everything a little bit better.
And then you look at the other thing, like you said, you look at the club head speed, the club path, all that. I mean, those things are pretty. Or the club path, the attacking, all that stuff stays really
Stays the same,
consistent.
yeah.
I mean, it's all consistent.
Yeah.
It's just swing direction, all that. It's just literally this. I swing this about a mile an hour faster or 2 miles an hour faster,
Yeah.
and the variances are super
Super
tight.
good. Yeah.
And it sounds and feels better.
Cash your card.
I didn't. I will. Where's my wallet? It's back there. Okay. I mean, it's one of those things where you hate to see an old friend go, but
Had a good run.
it did. It had a good.
It's just crazy how R&D just keeps finding ways to make our driver just a little bit better every year. It's fine.
Yep. But I say that's just.
So it's like it looks like you're swinging like you're not scared of the left anymore.
Not as much.
When before when we started it just looked like everything in your swing was like
was fighting it.
trying to
Yeah.
avoid the left.
No, I mean it's.
That was
I
one.
think knowing that non-perfect swing only goes
Yeah.
that far left
Yeah.
makes a huge difference.
And that's 149 ball speed, by the way.
That part's nuts.
Yeah. It's okay. Good job. One more. Then we'll move on to the.
So So good. Makes such a bad golfer look so good.
So
I love it.
there's the high right one that we were talking about when
Yep.
yours was, spiked in the mid threes. That was 27.95.
Oh wow.
So like that window now is so tight on spin where your peak's 27, your low is 1991, great year, but it's just such a nice little setup, right?
I mean, it really is. I mean, just the fact too, like you don't have to. I mean, that shows you great things, but just looking out there and seeing where balls are landing, dispersion-wise, I mean, it's so much tighter.
It's so horizontal now,
Yeah.
right? When yours, you
And,
had
I mean,
this
it's there
Yeah.
instead of it's there instead of
Yeah.
here.
Left and right misses are going to happen because golf is hard.
Yeah.
I think my job as the fitter, always my first priority is north and south. That's consistency,
yeah.
right? If I get your north and south really good, it's going to make your east and west a little bit better too. Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
I don't mind that because that's
No.
where you're swinging,
Yeah.
right? You swing 9 degrees to the right.
No, it's a big number.
It's going to happen.
It's a big number.
Yeah. And again, there's the high right one at 27.30.
Yeah, but that's still, like you said, not bad. And I mean, look at where it landed. I mean, really,
It's great.
it's not that bad.
Look how horizontal it is.
I know.
You would turn this, so all we did was do that
Just
to
turn-
it,
yeah.
right? And the way we did this turn to it is we made your low left ones have more spin,
Well, exactly.
right? 11 degree helped with that.
Yep.
I think Ventus Red helped with that, right? Both those things were spin adders for you.
And then, yeah, but I mean, and to be honest, I was shocked that's 11-degree head.
I
I
had
would have
you-
never guessed it.
I had you hit it before I told you.
Well,
right?
I wasn't going to look because I know, like, hey, just I'm going to let you do your magic. But yeah, I mean, I was shocked that's 11-degree head.
Because golfers always have that moment of like when they see the 11,
Yeah.
and then but if they hit it first, and then they're like,
it's-
oh
this
wait,
works.
I want the 11 now,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Like I said, I mean, the biggest thing is with driver was impressive to see how everything tightened up with those mishits and to made everything kind of more cohesive than.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my gamer, but yeah, I mean, we saw the miss
Yeah.
and the good shots,
Yeah.
and now
Super
that's like
tight.
there.
You got longer, you got more consistency, right? I mean, what
Well,
else can you ask
and the
for?
thing is, like, I mean, I still hit the. I mean, I'm never going to take away that left shot. I mean,
Nope.
the golf, like you said, golf's hard. You're
Yeah.
going to miss it right and left, whatever. But to see those left ones more in play
Yeah.
consistently
Yeah.
is huge.
And that's
'Cause
spin.
that's the. I mean, that's the shot that just scared me. Especially you walk into a hole that had like OB left,
Yeah.
and it was like I either aimed it way right
Yeah.
or flared it way right
Yeah,
because I was
yeah,
protecting
yeah,
it. And now, to have that little bit of a confidence that you can hit it
Yeah.
and not worry so much about that ball going left is huge.
Nice work. Don't wait so long next time. And don't change anything.
Thank you, my
See
man.
you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Take
Awesome.
care.